TikTok administrators, YouTube administrators, Elon Musk. I want to say this right away. This is not fucking hate speech, okay? I ask you to listen to the, I think 10 minutes of this is going to be before we pass judgment on blocking video, okay? Listen to everything I'm saying, okay? This is not some right-wing wacko shit. Because in case you can't tell, I'm not exactly Caucasian, European white, even though I have Spanish in me, okay? I am Mexicano. That's why I put dear fellow Mexicanos, but does anybody care what I think? It's one of the reasons I have a YouTube channel. Now, my mom came to this country in 1943. Actually, no. She was born in 1943, and she came here in 1947 at the age of 4. Now, I have an aunt who is younger. I think she was born around the time my grandmother, my mom's mom, started a business, okay? So 1943, my mom was born. My dad was born in 1944, but my dad's mom, my grandmother, I think, and her dad, great-grandfather, came from Sinaloa to Texas, to Texas, and then eventually to California. My mom and her parents, my grandparents, came to California directly. This is all in the 40s. Actually, for my grandmother, from my dad's mom, this was in the teens, the 1910s, before the Roaring 20s. Here are some pictures. Now, that's me from redoing my graduation pictures. These are all my relatives. I think I've shown this before for Grandparents' Day. Okay. My father, right after his hair was cut, because my grandmother, my dad's mom mistreated him. Mickey, Rudy's wife, Rudy, Molly, Rudy's son, all my grandparents, Marietta, my grandmother's mom, my dad at young ages. These are all my relatives, okay? All my relatives here. And so got neighbors, wife of Rudy, 1970, years before I was born, okay? Now these are some really old ones, okay? We're going to get to the point of my complaint in a moment, okay? I just want to show you all this as sort of a big disclaimer. These are my great-grandfather, Angie, Mickey, and Marietta. Angie, 1951. Marietta, so my great-grandfather was a security guard. Peter, my uncle. If Peter, somehow you see me, well, my real name is in 4 entries on the white pages of Google. So obviously, if Peter wants to talk to me, he can. He'd be like in his late 70s, early 80s. He's welcome to talk to me. I'm done being impressed by people. So there's nothing more. He mistreated my dad and stuff, but that's my grandparents in the center picture. All this stuff. This is my family tree. Okay, going back to the 1900s, 1910s. I think my mom once said that her grandfather or her great uncle, my great uncle, my ancestor, was robbed by Pancho Villa. So, my grandmother, my mom's mom, if you're trying to keep up, okay? So my dad's mom had wild parties and stuff like that, cheated on her husband. My mom's mom, when they came in 1947, she wanted to start a business. And the business was to go from a hot dog stand to a small restaurant. And you can find that, well, you can't find the restaurant, but it was in the commercial district just outside downtown Los Angeles. So where you would go to see like the small stores that lead to the city, and it would be east of downtown, not west, not where West LA is with the Black and Mexican communities. It's east, going towards the bridges, towards East LA, where I live now. So she had the business for a while. Then she had a smaller business. She had problems with men because she was newly single after her husband cheated. My grandpa was a womanizer, and he died with his mistress at his deathbed before I was even born. Okay, so she left. She had small businesses, and then eventually she had another hot dog taco stand, and then retired. And then in 1980, I was 2 years old, she passed away. And my dad's mom, who womanized and had affairs and wild parties and drank a lot and was mistreated my dad. She died in 1999. I was 21 years old. Anyway, that's my relatives. But whether you're a security guard like my great-grandpa Peter, or you work in a factory. I think my grandmother, my dad's mom, worked in a belt factory making belts, leather belts. My dad worked dead-end jobs. My mom worked dead-end jobs. And, you know, starting a business up, whether you're starting a business, you're a security guard, you're working hard. Everybody was. Okay? Maybe we all got married too early in our lives and we were trying to prove a point, but we got married and or as a family unit, you get married, you have a dead-end job, you take care of the kids, you pay the bills, you pay the taxes, pay the note every month, mortgages, car payments, whatever. It's going through the motions. That's why Valentine's Day, I look at things a little bit differently. But because it was Valentine's Day, there were these motherfuckers, these women were blocking the entire sidewalk, okay? This is the thing about us. White people will say this and get themselves canceled. Black people may say this, but generally, outsiders will complain. But as a Latino, as a Mexican and Spanish descent, I'm telling you it's a problem. Now, I do understand why it's Valentine's Day. People are selling flowers all over the place. People sell ice cream and fruit and slushies and peanuts and whatever. I remember it was so bad, like the McDonald's that on Whittier Boulevard, people would sell all kinds. They would sell baseball caps and hot peanuts. They would do their vending in a McDonald's. Can't do that. Sorry, it's not my rule. I'm not John McDonald. I'm not Juan McDonald. I cannot. It's not my rule to say you can't do that. But you just generally can't do that at a McDonald's. There's no way you're going to get away with that for too long. So that just kind of goes along with the rule of blocking the sidewalk, okay? We go through the sidewalk. I go through the sidewalk. You go through the sidewalk, whether you're a famous person or you're the president or you're an administrator or you're the school principal or you're just some homeless guy just trying to get by, okay? We all go through the sidewalk. By the way, homeless people block the sidewalk too, but let's just pretend you're not like that. You're just passing through. People block the sidewalks. These ladies that I was passing to pick up my mail, which I'll show later today in another post, they're blocking the whole fucking sidewalk with that song, Love Between a Boy and Girl. No, you cannot block the sidewalk. It gets so bad. You get these pop-up businesses, these pop-up taco trucks, these pop-up burger trucks, these pop-up burrito trucks, and all this stuff, taquito trucks. They pop up everywhere. No taxes to pay, no license, right? No license. If you don't have a license, I could care less. I'm not going to rat you out. Unless you fuck with me personally, I don't rat you out. That's between you and the cops. You better have an attorney for that, okay? It's the fact that my own people think that they have the absolute right to block the passageway for pedestrians and people on their scooters. I have my scooter. I go on it a lot. People on skateboards, families, people walking side by side. It is true, but people, it is a public sidewalk. I don't own it. You don't own it. Nobody owns it but the fucking government. The only way you can block the sidewalk legally is if you're a city worker and you got the signs up and you're drilling the sidewalk. That's the only time you can't fuck with anybody. But you're trying to pop up your flowers and your chocolate businesses, and you're getting in the way of people who have other business. Sorry, motherfuckers, it's not all about you. It really isn't. It's the same beef I have with banning people with backpacks and they can't go into a store. Why? Stop being an inbred motherfucker and respect other people going through. Stop with that shit. Just respect other people. Be considerate of other people. You can do that, can't you? Yesterday I talked about compassion. Have compassion and consideration for other people. Other people exist. You know, I believe, like most actors, I believe in Mexicans and Latinos and Chicanos, Puerto Ricans, Salvadorians, being positive role models, being the best we can be. Being presidents, being dignitaries. But this shit must stop now.